Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my lecture, General Teaching Techniques, Discipline in Schools by Kawazira Dina, Mountains of the Moon University, Faculty of Education. That's what we're going to look at for this session. Discipline in schools. We have been looking at classroom management, and we realized and concluded that it is very important to have good and effective classroom management. We looked at the factors that contribute to good classroom management. We looked at the competencies we are supposed to have if we are to be good teachers. Here we are. If you don't manage a class very well, it's likely to result into indiscipline. If you manage a class well, it's likely to result into discipline. We were looking at the design of syllabus, design of curriculum, and we said it must link the previous knowledge to the current knowledge. I'm teaching discipline. It's linked to management of a class. It is linked to the syllabus because we said the syllabus should link the previous knowledge to the new knowledge. And here I am. The content I'm presenting, I think it's a good one because it's linking the previous knowledge with the current. I'm talking about discipline. It's being linked to classroom management. What is classroom management? What is discipline is what we're coming to now. It refers to the system of rules and regulations and practices that promote positive behavior. Meaning there is negative behavior? Yes. The positive behavior can be the indiscipline. We're talking of rules, meaning there are guidelines, there are standards? Yes. We're talking of system, meaning there is organized rules, regulations that the teacher is supposed to use in a class to manage his or her class. The class is a smaller unit of a school. Every school has a class. So even discipline starts at the small unit in a class. Then it will go to a school. We're talking about discipline. We are referring to the system of rules and regulations. I don't think there is any school that doesn't have rules and regulations. For the case of Uganda, stealing is bad, is indiscipline. How does it become indiscipline? Because there is a rule which says stealing is a crime. In school, stealing, coming late, beating a teacher is a crime. What makes it a crime? What makes it an indisciplined behavior? Because there is a rule and regulations. So there must be a set of rules and regulations in place that criminalizes an act, that criminalizes an action of a student or a teacher. If they are not there, you might not say this one is a crime. Stealing in school, coming late, by standard, students are supposed to come early. If you come late, it's an indisciplined act. What makes it an indiscipline? Because it's spelled out in the rules and regulations. It has issues of behavior. It has issues of behavior. How do you behave in discipline in class? It's a behavior. Stealing is a behavior. Making noise in class is a behavior. Coming late is a behavior. That means there is an element of behavior. If we have rules and regulations, that means we're able to control the behavior and actions according to the rules and standards. If there are no rules and regulations, our behavior, how we behave, will just be as we are. But if I come late, that's an indiscipline. If I come early, I'm a disciplined person. If I make noise in class, it's an indiscipline. If I don't make noise, it's a discipline action. Which means there must be rules and regulations. That is anyway what we can end with. There must be rules and regulations which guide the behavior, which control the behavior of a student to have a good classroom management. They must have the do's and the don'ts. When you move on to look at the indiscipline cases in school, we have been talking about them in my previous presentation. What makes an act an indiscipline case? In Uganda, killing is a criminal case, which means if it wasn't written anywhere that don't kill or killing is a crime, I can kill. And for information, all of us are potential killers. All of us are potential thieves. All of us are potential fighters. We just don't fight because we fear that the law will catch up with us. Meaning in a place where there are no rules and regulations to us in schools, laws in a country, we are likely to have several indiscipline cases. In a country, we say criminal cases. We could look at some of the cases that are very common in school. We need to identify them. You know them. You've been in school as a student. You know what students do. You've been in school as a teacher. You know what students do. So we want to look at some of the cases. One of them, we can look at skipping classes, dodging a class. That's simple. All of us are supposed to be in class at 8, attending to English. If you're not there, that's an indiscipline. This one, students like it very much. That's why we have to have canes, like in primary, we are running around students, get in class, get in class. Some will run and hide behind the toilet, some will run and behind somewhere. They skip a class for no reason. Bullying and harassment. Bullying is very common. The bully boys, the bully guys. We talk about the big boys in a class. There is a way they behave towards the young ones. They bully them. That's one of the examples that we have. S1's good thing, the bullying act has kind of reduced. In our days, those olden days, you would be teased. There was teasing, bullying you, and so that is one of the examples. Then we have the physical fights. The physical fights. If you looked at a class which is not well managed, fighting is very common. If not in a class, it's at a school level. But students fight very many times. And if there are cases that we usually intervene in, are the cases of fighting. So-and-so has beaten me, or they have fought somewhere. Then there is vandalism, where we destroy property. There are rules and regulations to that, the good thing. If you destroy a chair, you replace a chair. If you break, you go through a fence, you repair the fence. That is one of the cases that we have. We break the chairs, we break the tables, not us the teachers, but the students. Then we have arson, strike. The students have had bad lunch today. They have had a portion that is having weevils in them. The first thing they do is to burn our dormitory. I don't see the relationship, but it's very common, burning a school. Any disagreement, the next thing you hear of, the school is being burnt. That's arson. Taking of drugs, very common in schools. It's an indiscipline case. Cheating the academic and dishonesty. For primary school, I don't know how strong it is, but at university level, we have issues with cheating. It's a big, big crime. We call it examination malpractice, and there are policies guiding that. Catch you cheating, they suspend you. You're lucky to be suspended, but the most thing is that they expel you. Your 2 years of training, your 3 years of training, you'll be chased. Those are some of the criminal or the indiscipline cases. Then there is this respect for teachers. Us teachers were very, very unlucky team, where students go behind our back and they start giving us names. They call us all sorts of names. That's okay when they say something we're not hearing. But when they come and abuse you directly, You tell them to come, they don't come. You tell them to sit down, they don't sit. That is kind of disrespect, and it's one of the behaviors that we have. The big boys, UPE, we are in trouble when we're teaching UPE. There are some boys who are bigger than us. There are some girls who are bigger than us. At university, we're teaching people who are bigger than us. But it's really not good for them to disrespect us, and it's usually common. Then the sexual misconduct, one of the most common in schools. When you look at the pregnancy rate, it's really high nowadays, and basically it is because of this act of sexual misconduct. Sexual relationships in schools are not accepted. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to me in the course unit called General Teaching Techniques for Teachers, and it's being taught by Ms. Kabazera Dina, Faculty of Education, Mountains of the Moon University. It's been a pleasure teaching you people. It's been a pleasure passing on knowledge from myself to you to become good teachers, to become better teachers than you are. We meet again in another session. For now, it's thank you and see you.